Good morning. I did this draw today at 9:29 a.m., which is a 2-0 energy, and March 18th, 2025, which is a 399. Lots of nines today, and that equals a 21, which is going to reduce back to a 3, and 21 is a karmic number. I am using today my Thoth tarot cards, and today is Mars Day. The beads I recommend today are red jasper for stamina, courage, and grounding, carnelian for confidence and passion, bloodstone for strength and grounding, garnet for just it ignites the internal passion. And let's see, there is one more here if I can figure out where I wrote it. Bloodstone, strength and grounding, garnet ignites passion, jasper, and something black, and tourmaline, whatever, anything to protect yourself from this rather difficult energy where we are seeing a heavy load, but this is about to turn over into something else. So what do we have today? We have the Knight of Cups, which is going to be water. It's going to relate to the mutable 12th house, Pisces, where we currently have Saturn, and we are experiencing a spiritual upgrade. It'll involve the third decan of Aquarius, which is the moon. So we're talking of subtle energies, moon, Saturn, Jupiter. We additionally have the death card, all things 8th house. It is fixed and water and deeply transformative. And what do we have for our reading today? Well, the Knight of Cups being kind of our charming knight that rides in and tells us that they're going to fix everything. Not probably so. It's the flowing emotions of judgment. Awakening, a reckoning is about to take place. The many in this reading, the many nines in this reading saying cycles are ending. Introspection is required. Now is a time to prepare for what will be new beginnings. Many have experienced an spiritual upgrade at this time. Mars says it represents our actions in conflict, our drive to seek freedom as we face challenges head on. Jupiter, Saturn, which I really like, is in the mutable Piscean sense, as well as Saturn is in Pisces, Jupiter is in Gemini, as we foster deep emotional and spiritual growth, heightening the fluidity of our emotions. There is a need for us to be adaptable. Our knight wants emotional exploitations. We must be very careful. We will be creative. We have romantic ideals, but we require balance at this time. Vulnerabilities exist. When we take actions, we must let go of attachment. We must learn to release what is no longer serving. That number 9 is compassion married with wisdom. We are now at peak intensity and a turning point. A 2-0, a balance of duality. Jupiter. We are at the closure point and now must prepare for what is going to be a new chapter in our lives. We are being guided by our karmic past life patterns. As past life lessons must be revisited as they have been left unresolved. So traumas many uncovering lessons as we move from the past, present, and future, and we move in all three in imperceptible ways. We may need to face our challenges as a result of the echoes of the past, urging us to reflect on patterns of fear and deeply ingrained fear. We're now called to reconcile with our soul's history, integrating the wisdom each lifetime has provided, moving in small, imperceptible ways. We live, as I said, in the past, the present, as well as the future, and must navigate as deaf, dumb, and blind to who we truly are. Yet, we have this thing called quantum consciousness, independent of our physical bodies, leading us to the information encoded for our well-being. In other words, the codes are available to us when we quiet our souls and actually allow ourselves to truly listen. We get the death card, of course, Scorpio, 8th house, where all things transformational. Bringing back the bones, digging them up, the many strings conducting the song of our lives and fate, a hammer and a sickle. Believing in the ways of being now overexposed, many elements, both above and below, flowing to a vibration that will break the bones of those who wish to exert controls. We do feel a massive sense of loss. Many now grieving as we become something we do not recognize. This leaves us digging into our subconscious minds, moon, where we will find the hidden truths and confront our fears. We are revisiting past traumas for sure. And until they are properly healed, the hammer and the scythe and the destruction will continue. We truly are at a stage where new beginnings are required, so that we may have connectedness, harmony, and a fate that is proper. This is a time of the collective mass self-reflecting, many awakening to new ideas and ways of being. Many of us volunteers, powerful and ready to be of service, able to hold the light in the darkness. We, dear souls, are much larger. Our journey is leading us to live with proper intention and greater compassion towards ourselves and others. Believe it or not, if you're kind to yourself, you will find it easy to be kind to others. Believing that we have not got much moral obligation to the process, quite false. How I treat my neighbor is really truly equal to how I treat myself. Loving your neighbor as you love yourself is one of the golden rules. And why might that be? Well, what if your neighbor is you and you are your neighbor? What if you are just one soul split into many bodies? And I believe that's part of what we have going on here. And because we have such divided aspects, even within ourselves, a lot of us don't even like ourselves. This is how we got here. This is how this division took place. And if you don't like yourself, it's hard to like others. And with that, I do ask that you please like, share, and subscribe. Leave comments. Tell me how you're managing this energy. I know for myself, it has been rather intense. I've been rather crabby the last few days, and maybe a little on the little too sharp side, but we all are kind of experiencing this organically as we are as unique individuals. And with that, please do like, share, and subscribe. And thank you so much for being here with me today.